I want us to talk about how we can be able to increase the amount of taxes that we collect as a country. I know someone is asking, how can you dare talk about taxes when there have been protests about some of the tax changes that were being implemented? There are two things that I want you to bear in mind. Number one, this is our country. And for us to develop this country, we must pay our taxes. That is number one. Number two, wherever you will go, in most of the countries, there are taxes. And you are going to pay taxes. So those are two facts. Now, how can we increase the amount of taxes that we collect in this country? I'll give you the example of a cow. Today, most of the dairy farmers know how to treat a cow. If you go to modern farms, you will find that cows sleep on mattresses, they have piped music, they eat good diet, they drink clean water, their food has supplements, and you're actually not supposed to make noise to those cows. The cows are well taken care of. And what do the cows do in return? The cows produce a lot of milk. The cow is happy, the farmer is happy. Let us come to taxes. In the finance bill, some of the tax recommendations or proposals would have resulted in the taxpayer paying more taxes. The taxpayer is the cow. For the cow to give you milk, you must take care of the cow. When you look at that finance bill and all previous finance bills, finance acts, there is very little about the taxpayer. All we see is what the taxpayer is supposed to do. And the taxpayer is like that cow where you milk every single day without feeding the cow or taking care of the cow. If you only milk the cow, you do not feed it, you do not take care of it, the first day you are going to milk one bucket. The second day, it is going to be half a bucket. The third day, a third. The fourth day, a quarter. And on and on. One day, you are going to carry a cup to go and milk the cow. And after that, you will try to milk the cow. You will only get gas. For you to get milk from a cow, you must feed the cow and take care of the cow. For you to collect taxes in this country, you must take care of the taxpayer. How do you take care of the taxpayer? One thing that the government must recognize is that there is no law in this country that says you must be engaged in an activity where you are going to pay taxes. People voluntarily engage in activities where they end up paying taxes. That is a fact that must get into people's heads. Number two, it is important to respect taxpayers. I have seen cases where taxpayers are disrespected. For example, we've had cases where taxpayers have been taken to court in total disrespect, without understanding why the taxpayer did not pay the tax. There are very many reasons why taxpayers do not pay taxes. Not necessarily that they want to engage in tax evasion and tax avoidance. Number one, the taxpayer may not know that they are supposed to pay taxes. You already know that tax laws are very complex, and we are yet to see where tax laws are translated into local languages, or at least into Kiswahili. The assumption is that everybody understands English and can read English. And that is not the case. We have very many people who are illiterate in this country. So one of the reasons that taxpayers do not pay taxes is because they do not know or they do not understand. The other reason is that the taxpayer may not have the money. Maybe they anticipated to get money at some time, but they were not able to get money at that time. There are penalties, they have interest, they have principal tax to pay, and they do not have the money to pay. Not because they do not want to pay, but they are unable to pay. Of course, we know there are many taxpayers who refuse to pay taxes. But if they refuse to pay taxes, you need to find out, why are they refusing to pay taxes? What is the problem? Because definitely there is a problem. And where there is a problem, you must come up with a solution. Remember, a taxpayer is like that cow. When the cow is not producing milk, you do not take a cane and start whipping that cow. No, you don't do that. You don't have to wait for the taxpayers to go to the streets. You don't have to. The demonstrations that are currently happening because of the finance bill and the contentious issues were tax issues, we did not have to get to that point. Somebody failed to do their work as far as taxation is concerned. They did. Remember, taxpayers give tax and the government collects tax. It is a giver and taker relationship. When the giver is complaining, what is the taker doing that is not correct? The government has been taking taxes, but has the government been holding discussions with taxpayers? No. It is a situation where the taxpayers have to pay, must pay, and there's no third option. But things are not done like that. Taxpayers pay taxes, and no one is paid to pay taxes in this country.